program has been around for a number of years, even before Hurricane Ivan. And when the passage of Hurricane Ivan arrived, the program was disrupted for a while. However, when the Grenada Community Library came into existence, they reached out to some of the original tutors so that we can start the program again. So we have a range of students coming in, different levels. So we'll have those who come in and they're at the beginner level, which means they have difficulty or a lot of challenges producing songs or associating songs with letters. So they may know parts of the alphabet, or they may be able to recognize some letters, but it's really difficult. And those students, we have to do really more explicit training with them on, how to actually form and sound out letters, and that's at the beginner level. Then we have students who, most of our students are between level 1 and level 2. So the level 1s, they have some basic knowledge about songs, and they might be able to call a few words, read or write to a certain extent. However, they need a lot of help with, matching songs and letters or becoming more fluent. Our level 2 students tend to have those basic concepts in mind, but we help to improve that and give them a better understanding of language, or English language as it is spoken and written. And we have a level where after our level 2 students, they can move to our next group, which we're trying to expand that group as well, because we noticed that when our students are finished with level 2, they may need that help that will bridge them between, let's say, secondary school level English classes to get them to that point where maybe they can probably take CXC. We tend to have students from, let's say, ages from in their late 20s into their 60s. Our population is generally the older population, so we have 30s, 40s, 60s, I think even 70s sometimes. Right now we're also trying to target the younger students, probably those who would have left school and just the school system just didn't work for them, and we're hoping to catch these students and help them as well. We also have a good distinction between male and female. Surprisingly, we have a lot of male participants, because people generally associate reading and writing with females, or females might be braver. That's just the stereotype we tend to have in the society. But you'll notice that we have a lot of males actually coming out and being brave and courageous to actually take those classes. And also, there is a stigma, obviously the stigma attached to not being able to read and write, and people always associate it with, that you're stupid or you're dunce if you can't read and write. But from my experience, the people who don't have these abilities are very intelligent, high-functioning people. I mean, they have learned to cope in this society without those skills, and that takes a high, mental ability. So that literacy thing, it's not just for reading and writing. It's really helping to elevate and inspire our people. Generally, you find that even across the region in the Caribbean, a lot of these literacy assessments that are done, they're not very comprehensive. So the questions that were probably asked to respondents don't really get at whether or not they have those abilities. So a lot of general statistics are somewhat deceptive. So I think it's really important that we know the literacy rates, as in we have the exact numbers and figures. Something like this will be a very huge project, very extensive. We'll need people really supporting this, and just so that it can be done well. But I think knowing this can definitely give us a benchmark. So we know how literate is Grenada, and we know how much work we really need to do. And I think if people actually really know the statistics, we might listen to that call that it's more urgent. So really just calling on everyone, if you can't donate, or you can't train, or you can't help us out in any way, you can tell someone. And being that person who pushes or convinces a friend or a loved one to take those classes, you're really giving them the opportunity of a lifetime.